Okay, I don't actually feel like this at all, but it's sunny a little. The dogs are looking cute, and I'm gonna just loosely stand here, hey, and throw them in the garden, and stand in the sunlight, and see if words or conversation yet occur, because my brain, man. And my body while I'm at it, my muscles, and my limbs, and every single bit of my sternum and shoulders and bones are clicking, and it's we have not fully recovered from the concert. That's what this is. This is still recovering, which is kind of what I expected. I'm not shocked. Can you do a little spin? Thank you. Oh, he's so cute. I did expect it to take a little while to recover from the concert. I'm always just kind of horrified at the same time. Oh god, t-shirt! I can actually like show the t-shirt now because I'm like I had to wash it after bringing it back. I wore it for like half a night and I was too tired to move at that point, but I fucking love it. And we were very lucky because they were very like running out. Oh god. Yeah, I love how you run around the phone stand. Thanks, guys. Go on, run. Oh, it hurts to move. It hurts to do anything. It sucks. Hey, I feel a lot better as well. Like, I feel different as a person. I kind of feel like I've got more self-confidence, I guess, is what it is. More faith in us, in our abilities. Hey. And more like confidence in who I am and who we are as a system as well. It's like, that definitely did a lot. Still kind of processing, like recovery / processing is basically all I've done since we got back. Hey. Run, because I can't throw it far. I do find myself like, you know, it's so weird. It's like, hey, I used to feel things like so much less, or only on some layers. Like I'd be dissociated from the body and dissociated from the emotions, and like both of those things occurring very physically, I would not really feel, but would be running in the background and shaping the sort of thoughts I lived in my head to make it a really uncomfortable environment with lots of stress and anxiety. It's like way more stressful. Even though I felt less, it was much worse. And like now I can feel a lot more. So if I'm going to feel something that's uncomfortable, it's going to be a lot stronger as a sensation. And it's much better. And it's like hard to explain. But definitely, like, I didn't want to go out in the garden today. I really don't. I feel kind of fragile, like kind of raw as a person. Like I've just emerged from a cocoon or something, and I would just have sensitive, not yet regrown lizard skin or something. And a lizard coming out of a cocoon, like what the fuck would I be? Ooh, butterfly dragon. Right. So I'm a bit, yeah, sensitive and fragile, and the idea of going outside today was like very, ooh, no, neighbours and emotional discomfort, and it's cold and wind, and like just literally any interaction, any stimuli for my body or my brain or my emotions, and I was like, oh, and it just felt like so horrifying as an idea. I just want to sit and rest, not worry about anything else. And also, even though I felt that a lot more physically and a lot more, and like I could describe the emotions of fear that existed within me, it was much easier to physically exist around that and be like getting my shoes on, putting on makeup, getting the dogs out anyway, like without really thinking about it, I guess. It's become easier to just like do stuff that I really don't want to do, no matter, even though it feels more intense than it used to, because I'm aware that like the long-term benefit outweigh the short-term costs, I guess. I have more belief in that, I feel that, and I can physically push myself through things up to the body's limits anyway. I do still have to pace myself for health, but like it used to be that I either couldn't do it because the body physically couldn't, or because I just could not get my brain to do it, or there would be so much fear I would freeze, and like there's just so many fucking things. I couldn't even give you a list of everything that used to happen. What I can say is that is not what's happening. It's now it feels physically a lot more uncomfortable, and I can do it a lot more, not like easily, I wouldn't say easily, but like with certainty, with confidence, with knowledge that I'm just gonna do this no matter how it feels. It's weird, yo. It's weird. Having the camera on fucks around with my... It pushes some parts back, I've noticed. There's a few things that still make me feel like parts of me are reclining, or like... Yeah, definitely. You cute. Definitely pulling back, avoiding, with completely like valid reason. It's like it feels weird to experience emotion on camera. That's the thing. Can deal with cameras. I can deal with cameras, and like most parts of me can be comfortable being on one and just acting naturally as if unobserved. But when it comes to like feeling things in this strong way, yeah, I think that's the part that makes me go, ooh, that's fucking weird to have this like readable by other humans. I'm not sure if it's the camera being a trigger more to some parts, and they would be the parts that probably held strong emotions. So possible, it's just like which parts have been added and where triggers haven't been worked through. Either way, it makes me feel a little bit disjointed and jittery, I guess. Yeah. Run. I nearly had a mental breakdown the other day because I had to write my name in a birthday card, and I was like, fuck! I don't know what to do about that right now. That's becoming a problem for the first time ever. Because for a very long time, I could fuse as Kairi, and it felt important to the whole system, to me, to parts of us, to keep that name, and it always felt like me. It was just like the name would break down and remold and include more, and it was so easy to make it feel like we could carry that name with us and change what it meant. And for some reason at this stage now, that Kairi seems like, I don't feel like it perfectly includes some parts of me, specifically the part of me that would have gone by Nightshade. And then another weird thing is, I remember my name before it was Nightshade, but I think we were all connected then. I think this was before I'd split off. We went by the name Violet, and then I think Nightshade split off of Violet. I think Violet continued on and later changed after another split, or fusion, it's a bit hazy, but to take the name Kairi. And now, Violet seems to be the only name that I can use that includes most parts of me. And also, it seems like some parts can't fully let go of the name Kairi. But we all agree that it feels fucking horrifying, empty and lonely now to be divided from each other. So, it's strange. I wouldn't have thought, like, a name could be a barrier to fusion or something that feels like it creates space and distance within myself, because I don't have an identity that we both fully share yet that encompasses all of us in an accurate enough way. Violet is the closest thing that feels like it pulls me to myself, and like I can see myself in that name in most parts. But yeah, there's a couple of parts that are like putting up with it, not feeling perfectly at home. And it's weird how much, I guess it's how much our identity really plays a role in what happens to us. Or are these things, like, is it causaceous? Or does our identity just change based off of what's happening? Does it matter how we view ourselves for what happens? There's a lot more, like, everything's a lot more real and in the body. We've had way more close panic attacks, near flashbacks that have been very, like, in the room and very physically felt like, say, a heart attack or something, but then exercise would help, which is not something I would recommend really for a heart attack. And things like that. Hey. It's strange learning to exist on this plane. It really does feel like starting to learn how to be alive. I don't really feel like I felt, I mean, I literally, as the part of me that would have gone by nightshade, I need to shorten that. No, I'm not. That, I did consider myself dead. Vampire, but I didn't feel alive. I just didn't realise how physical and literal that was until I've started feeling things again and feeling like I'm starting to feel my breathing and my chest and my heartbeat. Things that I just have literally not had a clue of and has just been icy void for years. It feels like I can connect to emotions and to them in the body and in the mind and in our chest and everywhere in ways that other parts of me can't. So it's like we're all suddenly getting a very different, much more connected version of existence, because it's like, well, what, it feels like parts of our experience, or like I don't even know, like if I was a tool that was needed to read a certain frequency or something and I was just out of commission or switched off, it feels like we've been missing stuff that I ran and could access and that other parts of me could not, and now we're all starting to learn how that feels again, with most of us not really ever knowing at all, and some of us having had maybe we were slightly less disconnected in some parts when we were younger, but to be fair, I think we've never existed in the body like this. So big things and big drains on energy that are completely and totally worth it, and I'm fucking exhausted all the time. And I feel very kind of anxious a lot of the time. And it's not like a hollow, empty cavern like it used to be. It's like physical electricity in me that I have to move to deal with and keep in the body, because all the thoughts in my head right now are like spinning out into insecurities, and I will second guess and misassume everything I try to do so that I freeze and shut myself down if I'm in my head. So very much being mindful and in the body is the way to go. I'm gonna go back in and actually rest now and enjoy my new like emo t-shirt because I fucking love it. We hope you're all having a really good day, or a minimally shit day. Hope it's warmer where you are. Hope you have a good temperature. Yeah, that's something to hope for.